Hi, this is Algebra 1, Module 7, Lesson 4, the practice problems. We are going to practice figuring out the y-intercept for the graphs and compare that to an equation. So, start with the y-intercept. So here I'm going to put the y-intercept is right here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So y-intercept is 5. And really, oh, sorry, -5. And really, what does that mean as far as our equation? So which one, if I plug in a 0 for x, will I get a -5 for an answer? Well, if I put in a 0, 0, that's a -1. 0, 0, +5. 0, 0, -5. So notice my adding or subtracting is actually giving me my equation idea. So I'm going to go ahead and cross off C. All right. So now for this one, y-intercept is 1, 2, 3, 4. My y-intercept equals +4. So which one of these has a +4 at the end? F does. Graph must be F. So if I plug in 0, all of these cancel out, leaving me just +4. Okay. This guy, y-intercept. Here I've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, +5. If I look through here, B is my +5. So this one is graph B. Okay, over here, my y-intercept looks like a +1. And so the one with the +1 is kind of going backwards on those. So B is this one. Okay, so now A and D are the only ones that left. Here, my y-intercept equals, oh, -1. And A. A is my -1. So I will come back here and put in an A. And that means this one, my y-intercept, equals probably a -7, right? That's what's left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. -7. And that is letter D. All right. So that's the first page. Second page. So we want to complete the square when we have an A that is bigger than 1. So we got to fill in our constant. Well, let's start with undistributing our 5. So that leaves me x squared plus, take out 5 is 6x. So um, if I want to complete the square here, I got to take half of 6, which is 3. 3 squared is 9. So in this case, to complete the square, I need to have a 9 there. 9 times 5 is 45. So 45 um, is my um, completing that. And then it says, okay, then state the dimensions of the squares in each problem. So the dimension of the squares would be an x plus 3, and we have 5 of them. All right, so let's do this one. Take out the 5. I end up with x squared minus divided by 5 is 10x. So half of -10 is -5. Squared is 25. So 5 quarters is 125. And so my side lengths then would be half of what that b is, would be x minus 5. That would be my square lengths, the dimensions of my square. X minus 5 times x minus 5. All right, and this one, 5. We end up with x squared plus, let's see, 10 divided by 5 is 2x. Half of 2 is 1. 1 squared is 1. So 1 times 5, I'd have 5 at the end. And that makes my square dimensions x plus half of 2 is 1. All right, so given the scrambled diagram below, write two equivalent equations for the area. All right, let's do, so I can take each of these and put them on a side, right? And then I need at least one of these squares here and one of these squares here. So that means, well, first one is I have 2x squareds plus 1, 2, 3, 4 x's plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. So that's 1. But if I'm going to split this up, I have 2 parentheses and I have an x squared plus 2x oh, yeah, never mind. X plus 1. Ah, getting using myself here. Okay, so the length is x plus 1. X plus 1 squared. That gets me each of these here, but I have 3 left over. So then it's a plus 3 on the end. So here's two equivalent equations for our area. All right. Determine if each expression below is a perfect square or not. If it is not a perfect square, find the perfect square that seems closest and make it adjusted. All right, so I know this is an x plus h. H is half of that, so it'd be a plus 5. Well, an x plus 5 squared should give me 25 at the end, but I only have 14. So I'm actually short 11. So a of x equals x plus 5 squared minus 11, because I'm short 11. Okay, so this one, I'm going to take out my 2. So half of this is 8, right? Oh, I don't have, let me do this down below here. I'm going to do 12 down here. Okay, so 2, and we're going to take out the x squared plus half of 16 is 8x. So to complete my square, half of 8 is 4. 4 squared is 16, which means when I have my one distributed, I need 32 up here is what I need. But I don't have 32. I'm actually short 26. So 2 parentheses x, half of 8 is my h, so x plus 4 squared, and I am short 26 to make this work. So this one's 12. Okay, so 13. Let's do that one down here too. I'm going to use a different color, so not getting confused on these. So 13, I'm going to take out this 3. So x squared plus 18 divided by 3 is 6x. And so what I should have here is half of 6 is 3. Square it is 9. And when I would redistribute this out, 9 times 3 is 27. So I need a plus 27 on the end. But not only do I not have the 27, I don't have the 12 either, which means I am actually missing 39. So a of x equals my 3, figure out what my side length, it's x plus half of this is 3, and then I'm short 39. on this one. So I'm going to go ahead and circle these so we can see our final answers better. All right, 14. Find the indicated function value when f of x equals this and g of x equals this. Okay, so f of 1. So let's go ahead and do these down below since I'm going to run out of some room here. So f of 1 equals, this is 14. F of 1. So 4 times 1 squared minus, just looking up here, minus 3 times 1 minus 25. Well, 1 squared is 1. 4 times 1 is 1. 4 minus 3 times 1 is 3 minus 25. 4 minus 3 is 1. 1 minus 25. This would be a negative 24. All right, 15. F of 5. 15. F of 5 equals 4 times 5 squared minus 3 times 5 minus 25. Okay, so 5 squared is 25. 4 times 25 is 100. Minus 3 times 5 is 15. Minus 25. Well, 100 minus 15 is 85. Minus 25. F of 5 equals 60. All right. G of 10. I think I have room for it over here. Let's make room. G of 10, this is number 16, equals negative 2 times 10 squared plus 10 minus 5. Barely have room. So 10 squared is 100. Negative 2 times 100 is negative 200 plus 10 minus 5. Negative 200 plus 10 is negative 190 minus 5 is a negative 195. All right, f of 0 and g of, oh no, g of negative 5. Almost missed 17. Okay, 17. Whew, I'm going to run out of room. We're going to have to write it down here, but I will make some space. So 17. Let's see. G, I've got it on a separate sheet. I'll write it over here. So g of negative 5 equals, so I have negative 2 times negative 5 squared plus negative 5 minus 5. Okay, so negative 2, oh, negative 5 squared is 25. 25 times negative 2 is negative 50. Minus 5 minus 5. Negative 50, that's really a minus 10, right? So negative 50 minus 10 is negative 60. And f of 0 plus g of 0. Well, this one I'm going to do right above because f of 0, if I put in a 0 for this, all of that equals 0. If I put a 0 in for this, all of that's 0. Just leaves me a negative 25. G of 0, if I plug in a 0 for that, all of that equals 0 plus 0. All I'm left with is a negative 5. So negative 25 plus negative 5 equals negative 30. So that's my answer for 18. All right, that's it for this one. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.